All right, so somebody asked me how I get all of the things that I get for my projects that I do. Uh, and so I wanted to answer that question by creating this video. The first place that I get things for my projects is garage sales. Garage sales, you can find a lot of interesting stuff. Um, and generally, the prices are pretty low too. So people are just wanting to get rid of stuff. And so, like this weekend, my wife and I went garage sailing in Oklahoma City, and I found a whole bunch of stuff. I found some PlayStation controllers and a few other really cool things that I can use for projects and also sell on eBay. Another place that we look for stuff is Amazon and other online places, eBay and Etsy and stuff like that. You can find some really good stuff there. And then the next place I also look for things is Will and other thrift stores. So my favorite place to find stuff for my projects and where I find most of my stuff is the Goodwill outlet. Um, and you can find incredible things there, and they charge by the pound. So you can find just tons of stuff at Goodwill outlet and other thrift stores, but mostly Goodwill outlet, and you can get it really cheap. So I can get I found one time I found $700 worth of little action figures, and let's see what else. I found a whole bunch of GI Joe figures and vehicles and parts one time at a place called Eco Thrift in Sacramento. And and I've seen other people who find a lot of incredible things. But this is a great place to find the little parts that you need for customizing things. And so that's very helpful, being able to get those there, and just little bits of things that are very helpful for customizing, kit bashing, everything that I do. Okay. Next place that I find things is flea markets. Flea markets generally tend to charge a little more than garage sales, but less than some specialty thrift stores and other things like that. And usually people will haggle on the price if you really want to, which is really helpful. The next place to find things is Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace and online meetups, or rather not online meetups, but you get in touch with them online and meet up with them in public. The only downside to this is that you could be murdered by someone who wants to steal from you or something like that. What I do generally is when I go on Facebook Marketplace, I look at the person's profile and make sure that it's not newly created, and look through their pictures a little just to make sure they're a real person and not somebody sketchy who's going to try to rob me or whatever. And I just try to make sure they're legit. And then lastly, after all these places, is actual department stores and Toys R Us and places like that. But they generally, of course, tend to charge a high premium for new stuff. And one thing I like over this at thrift stores is the random stuff you can find at thrift stores, because you can find just incredible, weird, random finds at thrift stores, especially at flea markets, of course, and also on online meetups. So that's it. That's about where I find all the things that I customize and create. So hopefully that's helpful. And shout out to Norman for asking for this video. Thank you.